Hi there. Once again, you've taken time out of your busy schedule to stop and connect with us here at the JIS. We have another good program planned for you today, and it's all about science in action.
The science of it is simple yet ingenious. The paper acts as a binding agent, the waste engine oil as waterproofing, and the coarse and fine marl as filler or aggregates.
The Director General of the National Commission on Science and Technology, Professor Errol Morrison, is also talking about some important S&T issues. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for making it Jamaica Magazine.
Whereas science and technology have now proven decisively to be critical factors for economic development, environmental sustainability, social harmony, and the eradication of poverty. Now, therefore, I, Patrick Linton Allen, Governor General of Jamaica, do hereby proclaim the month of November 2014 as Science and Technology Month.
Innovative Jamaicans between ages 12 to 25. Submit your entries for the Climate Change Logo Competition, an initiative of the Ministry of Water, Land, Environment and Climate Change. Your work could be the new brand for the ministry's climate change division.
I challenge all the entrants to become change champions in response to climate change.
The competition will run until November 14, so start creating your logo now. For further information, contact the Ministry of Water, Land, Environment and Climate Change at 926-1590 or visit their website at www.mwlecc.com.
In 2012, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller reactivated the National Commission on Science and Technology. With members from academia and the public and private sectors, it's chaired by the Prime Minister. Their role is to advise the government on policies and strategies that can make science and technology a major driving force in Jamaica's development. Director General Professor Errol Morrison is this week's guest on Issues and Answers, discussing the work of the Commission and the importance of Science and Technology Month.
Thanks for joining us for Issues and Answers. I'm Ian Boyne. November is Science and Technology Month, and we have with us a distinguished scientist himself, Professor Errol Morrison, who is the Director General of the National Commission on Science and Technology. On Wednesday, there'll be the Innovation Awards, a very important part of the celebration of Science and Technology Month. Professor Morrison will talk to us about Innovation Awards as well as the work of the National Council. We thank you so much for your company. Professor Morrison, good to have you on the show.
Good to be here. Important
month for scientists and for Jamaica, because science and technology is such a critical area for national development.
As you say, science and technology, I think we should begin at the beginning and to get everyone to understand that it is not that difficult concept. Because quite often when you say science, they think of this man in a white coat in a laboratory. And that is far from the total picture, because science is simply body of knowledge. A body of knowledge that has been proved time and time again to be reliable. You do it and you expect those outcomes. So it is evidence-based. You can rely on that.
Regularity.
So, the science that we talk about generally involves you in your daily lives, what you know, what you have learned from your own experience, what you've learned in school, what you've learned from your parents and grandparents, a gathering of information. That's what the science is. And so what we're saying, we need to be looking at that more. And how do you use it That's the technology. How you use that information,
Application.
that is how you apply it. That's the technology. And then we go on, we'll mention innovations. If you can use it in a way to make some income,
Yes.
that's an
Add
innovation,
value, yes.
right? Add value. And then if you're really making some money with it, you get into that business, then you're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You know? So really, coming right from the man at his home, in the street, the student in school, etc., we want everybody to understand science is in our daily lives.
Your daily lives.
And we want them to be able to use it and to use that opportunity to create income for themselves, their community, their society, and the broad context of the country.
How is the National Commission on Science and Technology going about its work? How is it working so that we can maximize the benefits of S&T?
As you've heard, the commission, really, the newly constituted commission.
It's chaired by the Prime Minister.
It's
right?
chaired by the Prime Minister and had its first meeting just a couple of weeks back. And at that meeting, the overall consensus, was that, look, we have been following some guidelines, not as carefully and as assiduously as we should have. We need to get back on track, and probably we need to tweak that. Okay. That's what we're calling about a renewed look at the policies.
Okay.
But that aside, we are firmly looking at a number of areas in the short term.
Tell us.
And then you have a long-term vision.
Give us a short-term.
But the short-term
priorities.
is almost a carry-on as to how I started, the popularization, to get individuals to understand that here is an opportunity for you to use your basic culture, or that which you know, to create jobs and create income. That's the popularization. We want also to move to get entrenched in our understanding that a part of the popularization, a part of the knowledge, is an area that has a potential for tremendous income. A worldwide industry of these, what we call these medicinal plants, is now bordering well over 300 billion in the formal. But when you look at the broader context, it's nearer 600 billion. And you compare that with the pharmaceutical industry, that is only at 1.1 trillion. So it is catching up. Now, I'm saying this to say the Prime Minister has literally mandated the Commission to get its act together and let us look at forming a national nutraceutical industry, a national nutraceutical. Already we have players in the different areas, the growers, the extractors, the marketers, the distributors, etc. She wants to see a fully comprehensive national, institution.
Because
going.
we are nutraceutically rich. When you look at the plants,
well,
the
that
herbs
alone
that we have here.
Of the 160 known medicinal plants worldwide, over 80 are growing right here.
80 are right here.
Right
of
here.
the 160 identified
are right here.
plants.
Right here. And we need to get more aggressively into looking at these. I mean, what you hear about the new hype is a renewed thrust on medical marijuana.
Yeah, that's
but
one
there's
area.
much more,
Of course.
much more there. And we want to encourage, individuals to bring that knowledge to the fore and let us study this thing. It's not a, intuitive
When we
thing.
come back from the break, though, Prof, we need to know how are we going to mobilize the funds to be able to take these things out of the ground, literally, and to make them into profitable products. This month is Science and Technology Month, and we're speaking to the Director General of the National Commission on Science and Technology. He's telling us about the plans of the Commission and of the importance that science and technology plays in national development. We take a break, but we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Shauna Helps, Women's Girls School National Junior Sprinter. By now, you should know about the Tablets in School pilot project, in which students and teachers in 38 schools across Jamaica are provided with tablet computers by the government. This message is for those students who will benefit. Remember that the main purpose of the tablets is for improving education. Be conscious of your environment. Don't show off by using it on the road, while walking, or on the bus. Wait until you are at home or in a safe place, and do not use it when you are eating or drinking. Food and liquid on your device will ruin your chance of enjoying the most from it. Students, if you take care of your tablet, it will take care of you.
Welcome back, Professor Errol Morrison, who is the Director General of the National Commission on Science and Technology, is our guest. This is Science and Technology Month. Prof, how are we going to get the funding? Perhaps we should start by telling what advanced nations spend on science and technology and R&D.
Because that's another major thrust, what we would call the development of a national research fund. Because if we are serious, we must find the cash to put in the game. Now, when you look at the developed countries, bar none, they have all invested heavily in science and technology to get where they've got to. And you know, you look at the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the Japan, Germany, and they are spending nearly 30% of their budget, you know,
that's huge,
on research and development.
30%.
And about 3% of
GDP.
the GDP, you know, on science, technology, and innovation. If you compare that with what is happening in Jamaica, we're well in the region of about 0.1%. You know, so it is dismally low. And the CARICOM countries have, you know, made a resolution from way back in the 90s that they wanted to see the spend on science, technology, and innovation increase. But that is a declaration. You know, how are we going to pull it together?
What can we do?
We are looking at a number of ways. One, we want to reach out to the international development partners.
That's right.
A number of these have windows to allow for developmental areas, you know, in science and technology. So we want to get to them. And as we speak, we're beginning to compile a list of all the such agencies worldwide to look at their history of giving, their culture of, you know, their interests and when you apply and so on. So we're getting that together. We also want to look at the possibility of getting the private sector in particular interested. Now we have the support of another body called the National Foundation for the Development of Science and Technology, chaired by Robert Levy of Jamaica Brothers. And Robert is good at opening a number of doors, which we feel could help us to get some seed funding, even as an early start. We want also to encourage those of us who have the creative instincts. And I'm going there because much of the success that we see in our music, in our entertainment, you know, that is coming from individual effort without any real, you know. So we would like to encourage that kind of mobilization of potential there. So, you know, whilst I haven't told you I'm going to get the money here, you know, there are a number of strategies that we're going to be looking at. And of course, there's one being bandied about which, you know, may have its pluses and its minuses, looking at all investments that will come into the country to see where they may have the benefit of research and innovation in their whole plan, to see if we couldn't get some kind of contribution. And the other thing that I've been sort of holding forth very strongly on for years now is the fact that the expertise that we have in our science and in our technologists and our consulting group, it is not being utilized. And there is, you know, a significant sum of money that's going to external consultants.
That we are already spending.
So we could possibly be getting some of that. Right now, you know, UE, UTech, NCU combined get less than 2% of the consultancies that are, you know, being undertaken.
The rest of it is overseas? 98%?
Absolutely. That came out of a Trevor Hamilton study a few years back. So, you know, we are looking at trying to regain the discussion with the private sector, the government, to let them understand that there is, you know, resident expertise here and to grow their faith. Because I think a part of the context is that maybe they haven't got the faith in us. And we need to bridge that little gap.
Let's talk about the Innovation Awards, which is an important part of the work of the National Commission.
This is now saying, and it went out by media, what are you doing? How have you been looking at things differently?
Yes.
You know, what new can you do to even something that has been going on for some time?
Yes.
Come and tell us about it.
Okay.
So whether you're in information technology, whether it's in health, in agriculture, in, you know, whatever environment, whatever area you're in.
Want to incentivize
just come and show
innovation.
it to us.
Yes.
We have had over just about shy of 100 such
Applications.
And as we speak now, the judging is going on. And
How many awards
Going
will
to be in 10 categories.
10
by and
categories.
large. And we expect to give an award to each of the leaders in each category. And then there'll be an overall winner.
Innovation award.
And we are particularly keen on our youth. They think differently, you know,
Yes.
and they are so innovative and creative. And we're looking for the Youth Innovator of the Year, who will also be specially recognized. Now, that is the innovations, and we look forward to a major, you know, ceremony on Wednesday evening.
The Prime Minister
and that
speaking
will be
there.
topped, yeah. The PM is the guest speaker, but that will be topped now by the recognition of one of our highest achievers. These are individuals, the nominees have been individuals with track records over years, contributing significantly to new knowledge, some of which, you know, has been exploited to create, you know, jobs and income earning. And so of those nominees, one will be selected. And the Prime Minister will be giving that
So Wednesday
award.
night will be a big night for science,
Big,
technology,
big
and
night,
innovation.
yes, yes.
Professor Errol Morrison, Director General of the National Commission on Science and Technology, speaking to us about critical things to do with the sector during the celebration of National Science and Technology Month. We thank you for your company on Issues and Answers. We'll be back next week. Until then, Ian Bourne wishing you a pleasant day.
There is no vaccine for the chikungunya virus. If you've been infected, take paracetamol such as Panadol, Cetamol, and Tylenol to reduce pain and fever. Sleep under mosquito netting and get plenty of rest. Take showers or sponge baths in room temperature water to lower fever, especially in children, and drink lots of fluids to prevent dehydration. If your symptoms worsen, go and see a doctor. Do not take aspirin as this could cause bleeding, and never use rubbing alcohol. To learn more, call 1-888-1-LOVE. That's 1-888-663-5683.
As you may know by now, a major event on the Science and Technology Month calendar is the National Innovation Awards. Every 2 years, individuals, schools, community groups, and small and medium-sized enterprises put on their thinking caps and wow us with groundbreaking innovations. The 2014 awards ceremony is happening this Wednesday, November 12. As we wait to see what this year's competition brings, let's revisit the 2012 youth winners and their efforts to transform the economics of local road maintenance.
Most of us know very well the challenges of navigating potholes and the frustration when we're unable to avoid them. In a bid to address this problem from a community level, science teacher Noel Burgess of Sunderland Primary School and his team of students have used their innovation and ingenuity to boldly take on the challenge.
It costs a lot to motorists, to repair vehicles, and even people who commute using taxis lose quite a bit of time that they could have been using productively. So we decided on creating the road patch.
So with paper, waste engine oil and marl, the three main ingredients at their disposal, the team set out to create a durable barber green or asphalt covering. the award-winning Sunderland Quick Patch. The science of it is simple yet ingenious. The paper acts as a binding agent, the waste engine oil as waterproofing, and the coarse and fine marl as filler or aggregates. The paper and oil replace the use of tar, which is an imported product and is known to be expensive.
Now the process involves shredding newspaper, using the waste black oil, which helps the environment. We would leave this to soak for at least 3 hours. And now we're going to move to this stage where we'll combine our aggregate with our oil and shredded paper mixture, combining 3.5 parts fine marl and 3.5 parts coarse marl. We are running out of space here and we need freedom for mixing, so we are going to transfer our mixture so far into this larger container. The breaking up of the newspaper comes with the mixing of the larger aggregates. It usually takes quite a bit of mixing, quite a bit of energy, quite a task, but the result is rewarding. And here's our end product, Sunderland Quick Patch. All right, this is what is laid down on the road, compacted by the vehicles. And this represents the compacted, set Sunderland Quick Patch. If you could run your fingers along, you'll feel the coarseness, toughness, and proof as to why we think this is a #1 competitor for our traditional asphalt.
The Sunderland Quick Patch Project team copped the top prize in the youth category of the Minister's Innovation Competition and Awards. They don't intend to stop there. The applied technology is expected to be developed on a much wider scale and later, with further approval, transferred onto our roads. The reality of this will be aided by the $1 million prize money, which in part is to commercialize the product.
We plan to take it as far as it propels us, because it has generated quite a bit of interest and we really want to turn it into a major business venture to benefit the school and the wider community.
With the patency in place, the team at Sunderland Primary craves the support of the public and expressed a willingness to have dialogue with stakeholders who are already in the business to find ways to work together for the benefit of the country. This complements the mission of the Ministry of Science and Technology through the Minister's Innovation Award to drive economic growth and wealth creation by nurturing a culture of creativity and innovation.
And we believe that the focus, the absolute preoccupation going forward must be with utilizing science and technology to innovate, to create value in every single thing that we do, whether we're involved in the production of goods or the delivery of services.
The Minister's Innovation Award serves as a medium to identify, recognize, and reward outstanding innovative individuals and institutions. It also focuses on ways to protect and exploit the very best of Jamaica's creativity and intellectual output for national development.
If you thought the genius of the Sunderland crew is all we have to offer, our next feature proves that scientific prowess among Jamaica's youth is no anomaly. They just need the right incentive, a little help, and some exposure. Check out what a group at Waterford High did with those ingredients.
Let me tell you about hydroponics. Let me tell you about hydroponics. It started in Waterford High. When littering, yes, it reached the sky. So we recycle plastic bottle and paper to make we farming a bit greater. But wait, it not done. When we recycle, yes, we have fun. Gather with tools and equipment, link up everybody, principal, classmates, staff and friend. That's why me say, give me water and give me paper. Pass the bucket, cause we turn farmer. And put in the seed with the fertilizer. Make sure it's clean, we don't want to dirt ya. Hydroponics, that are the mix. Dash with the soil, it is a quick fix. No land space, but agriculture.
The community of Waterford is sometimes viewed as a troubled inner city area. Yet the sheer creativity of the Waterford High School students is a wonderful example of blooming where you're planted. Their award-winning hydroponics farm captured the eyes of School Zone. So how did this project get started?
Littering was a major problem at Waterford High School. We started to recycle plastic bottles and papers as one of our major projects. Now, as an entry to the UDC competition, we started to do hydroponic farming. This was introduced to me by my brother Danian Ilton, and he told me that this is a great way to get children involved in recycling. So the project is called Urban Hydroponic Farming, using recycled plastic bottles and papers.
Talk about turning trash to treasure. But how does hydroponics really work?
Hydroponics is the use of growing plants without the use of soil. What we do, we use water and nutrients. At Waterford High School, as a framework, we use plastic bottles and paper. We use the papers because it holds the water. When we add the nutrients, it holds the water.
The students of the Science and Environmental Club who operate the project were in high spirits when School Zone visited, sharing with us how the project has benefited them and is helping them to be more environmentally aware.
I feel very enthused about my club having this project because we have contributed a lot to our school.
Well, the canteen at our school can get scraps from it to use to cook food for us at Waterford High School. And it reduces the pollution of plastic bottles in our environment.
Crops from the bountiful buttered farm are many, including callaloo, pak choy, lettuce, tomatoes, and more. And these veggies are being put to good use.
Don't let land space be a problem, because you can set up a simple structure in your home, on your veranda, at the back of your house, simply by using plastic bottles and paper. So don't make a land space be a problem for you not to farm.
In May 2013, it was awarded first place in the Urban Development Corporation Helsha Environmental Competition.
We are really excited about winning. We deserve it. We do a lot of work. We know that we are number one, excellence always, and the students are very excited and very into hydroponic right now.
To say that we are excited and happy is an understatement. We are really very proud of our young scientists. They have put our school on the map again, and they have made us as a school family really very happy and excited. They have lived up to our motto, excellence always, and we are proud of them.
Everything is theoretically impossible until it is done. That quote from American novelist and science fiction writer Robert A. Heinlein reminds us to not put limitations on ourselves, but rather to think outside the box and then put action to thought. Take that attitude with you as you navigate the rest of this week, and keep watching Jamaica Magazine every day for information that could help you realize the theoretically impossible. Our programs are online at jis.gov.jm. We've also got a YouTube channel. Our social media links should also be coming on screen right about now. Use those to sound off about our programs. And if 140 characters is not enough for you, send an email to jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.